Hello, Crixis here and welcome to this new video. I am back in UK, but the video you are going to watch right now it's about my time in Latvia, and when I was there I painted super big mural. I thought it will be quicker, but I actually spent quite a few days on it and it's still kind of not completely finished. But anyways, I wanted to show you the process and I guess let's jump straight to the video and I will talk a little bit with voiceover because I haven't I didn't talk almost at all when I was filming this big mural painting. Hello and welcome to this voiceover. Grab yourself a drink and get cozy. I will talk in some points, so you can also put me in the background. But I think in the end I might put some music just to see the last process, how I did this painting. And yeah, I mostly I didn't record my voice while painting as I was listening to the radio and copyrighted music. And I also was chatting with my mom while she was doing some garden work. So yeah, without that, I guess I could start saying why I painted this and how. And yeah, so basically painting this mural was actually super spontaneous idea, and my mom just asked this casually, I think on the second day when I was in Latvia, if I want to paint the mural. And without thinking how long it will take or what do I need to do or what colors I will use, I just said yes. And I guess it's like when you haven't had experience painting this big, you don't know. And I just thought okay, it will probably take 3 days or so. So I I said yes. So we bought colors. In the store we bought some brushes, and my mom's partner added everything so it's ready for coloring. So he bought also this varnish thing you can put on top of the pressed cardboard. That was the one I painted on, and I kind of covered the whole wall with this color to just get one tone and a base, like a primer. And I felt it was really difficult, and it's because the pressed cardboard had this texture, and I really needed to press the roller into the wall so it covers everything, because otherwise if I wouldn't press that hard, you could see the pressed cardboard underneath. So yeah, this was the first step I did in the process, and I think while I was coloring it, I didn't know exactly what I will do on this wall, and my mom had some ideas and my mom's partner as well, and they were thinking something about I don't know, wildlife and garden and so on, and I just had this idea to maybe paint German Shepherds because my mom have a lot of them and I just thought to show every one of them on the wall, and they both said yes. They were really happy about this idea actually, and I was okay, I hope I will do it right because I'm not the best at doing dogs or I haven't painted German Shepherds ever, I think. Or I don't know, I don't remember if I painted any German Shepherds before. So I knew this will be a challenge for myself as well, but that didn't distract me. And I wanted to sketch out the sketch on the sketchbook, but in that moment I thought you know what, I will just sketch straight to the wall. And so the second day I went there, I mixed up there was some leftovers my mom had, and it was I think before we bought colors for coloring the wall, and there was like white and black paint, so I kind of mixed them together to get this like mid-value gray, and I thought to sketch with that mid-value gray, and I sketched the dogs, and I used the reference. I actually got a picture my mom sent to me because I really wanted to have accuracy regarding to the dogs, so each of them is a little bit different even though they're all the same breed, and I really wanted to capture it. And I guess like this painting turned out more realistic than I thought it will, but if I'm using reference and only looking at reference, it will look more realistically. If I'm looking at reference just a little bit and then moving it somewhere else and just thinking from my head, then it will look completely different and more illustrative, I guess. But this way, because I looked at the reference, I think the dogs turned out really realistic. But anyways, the color I sketched with, apparently it wasn't meant to be for the painting, because the other day when I came back, it kind of repelled the paint and water and everything. I think it was water resistant or something like that, and I couldn't paint on top of it. So what I did, I got sandpaper and I kind of scratched the whole sketch, which I sketched before, so I can finally paint on top. And because it took longer time to sand down the sketch, I just decided to paint like greenery first, so all the plants, like all the ground. So because I mostly sketched with this mid-value gray dogs and the horizon and the birds, but everything else I could touch and it will not affect how good or bad the color will behave. So in total I was spending, I think I counted, it was 7 days, but I wasn't there full 7 days. I was mostly there for like 2 to 3 hours per day, which means the painting I did in total was about like 10 to 12 hours or 14. And I think the wall itself was like 3 meters by 3 meters or something like that. And I think what helped me to get everything like much quicker, was using bigger brushes, because when you paint that big, you need to not start with small, otherwise it will take forever. And I think I used the small brush only for super small details, like something for dogs or maybe like some landscape bits. But I remember whenever I was using the big brush, I forgot about the proportions, because I usually paint quite small, like A3 is my biggest one for illustrations I'm currently doing, but I don't go bigger than that, at least for now. And I know how much paint I need to mix to get that specific area covered. But when it comes to bigger areas, I don't kind of calculate how much paint I need. So I ended up like mixing this perfect green and then realizing that it will cover only like, I don't know, 20 centimeters, and then I need to pre-mix it again. And I also didn't thought how much paint it will soak in, because of this pressed cardboard texture, and I really needed to press it in. So therefore I decided to mix the color and also add a little bit of water, because I thought if I will add water it will be a little bit different consistency, and it will be easier to put the paint and not press it super hard to get it in the right place. But I think you can see in the next minutes that the paint I mixed with water, it kind of started to dripping a little bit and lose the vibrancy that it had in the beginning, because the water kind of takes it out, if you know what I mean. But I actually really enjoyed painting this big, because when you paint this big, you move your hands much more, and you move your body much more, and you need to kind of do one thing and then step back and see how it looks from the distance, because you cannot just like physically stay in one spot all the time. You need to step back, and I think that's the thing we sometimes lose when we are super close to work and what we are doing, to see the overall picture, because then it might, like, you can see it almost like with fresh eyes, because it's from different perspective. This is day number 1. I actually forgot to mention, but all the colors I got were like mostly primary colors, and I pre-mixed everything you can see on the wall except probably black, because in the beginning I actually didn't have black color, and I realized that even though I usually don't paint with black, German Shepherds have like this super 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 deep brown black tone, and I couldn't achieve it with just mixing all the colors together. So I had like, in the beginning, I think in the first 2 or 3 days, I had like white color, all the primaries, so red, yellow, blue. I had like this another red tone, which was more like colder tone, and I think I also had brown, and that's it. But I think in second or third day I realized that I really really need black. And if you know me, I don't usually paint adding black. I think when I was learning how to paint in a professional high school and on undergrads, there was a teacher, painting teacher, and she said like to not use black and to mix your black yourself. And yes, you can mix black yourself. You need to just get the right proportions, and you can get it adding all the primary colors together in the right proportions. But it isn't that deep and that black as the normal black. You can get pretty close tone, but it will still not be that black. So to get super black, you need to have black. And it usually doesn't look like super, like it's contrasting color, because if you mix all of your colors and then add just like bam, clear black color, that color will jump out of the picture. But if you just use tiny bits and drops of different color, it will not be that contrasting. So what I did, in one of the days when I got the black color, I kind of mixed it in with different colors I had before, and that's why it looks really like more contrasty, because there is in some parts super black tone. But overall, I really enjoyed mixing my colors. I feel it's more natural. I am always happy to mix greens, because you need to have yellow and blue, but you can kind of get like mid tones, and also if you add like dots and dashes of red, it can get a little bit more neutral and muted, which I really like. Also you can get like olive tones, and if you want to have like warmer tone, you can always add a little bit more of yellow. If you want to have a little bit cooler tones, you can always add a little bit of blue. For the shadows of the dogs, I added this green color, with a little bit more of blue, so there's like cooler shadows and warmer light tones. So yeah, I really enjoyed mixing it, and I feel also the German Shepherd colors I mixed were really on spot and on point. Yes, on point, because there was like a lot of ochre colors, but you can also mix ochre yourself. It's just the right proportions. In most of the times you can mix everything with primaries, but of course there are still specific things which is harder to achieve. So for example, I know that emerald color, this super cold green, is quite hard to achieve by mixing. You can, like, of course, if you mix with yellow and blue, it depends what kind of blue and yellow you have, because it can get super neutral or toxic and not the right tone. I also remember one thing was that when I painted with these colors, I realized that I needed to catch the perfect time of the day, because if it was too late, the sun started to come in, and there was like a tree next to this wall, and if sun was coming from that direction, throughout the tree there was like this shade with spots, and you will see in one moment that it was like quite hard to see what I'm actually painting. So I decided to paint like something else rather than like super detailed work, because it was really, really, really hard to see exactly what I'm painting.
So you live in the dream, you should see it through someone else's side. Another cipher to break, while the grass grows underneath my feet. Been running out of time for so long. Hello, 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 Leah. Now I'm running out of so long. Hello, 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 Leah. Hope I got the time to tell you. Hello, 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 Leah. Hello, Leah. No wonder you got a pure heart, kind of honesty that will always stay. Don't ever let him bring you down. What a terrible thing to say. Trembling across my fingers out of sight. Hello, 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 Leah. I was lost inside a maze of night. Hello, 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 Leah. I stayed up and watched you till daylight. Hello, 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 Leah. Hello, 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 Leah. Hello, 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 Leah. hello, hello, yeah.
I think one of the hardest things for me was to draw eyes for the dogs because I didn't have like super tiny brush. We bought like a kind of random set of brushes in like a building store, and the smallest brush I had like was 1 centimeter or something like that, which is still huge for an eye. So what I did, I actually used scissors and I cut super small brush out of that one. I think that is like cool hack if you have limited brushes but you don't want to buy like super tiny one. You can just cut the perfect shape for you. Although it can be risky because sometimes you can cut too much and then it will not be so good. But anyways, I was really scared about the eyes of the dogs because that is like one of the key parts. If you get it wrong, you get it wrong. If you get it right, then you get it right. I also remember I was actually supposed to draw 2 cats in there as well because my mom had 2 cats and I was going to draw one on top of the shed in the background next to the tree, and I wanted to also have one cat in the front sitting in like the mini cat basket, but I didn't have enough time, so I think I will draw cats next time, and I hope I will share. Maybe it will not be like a separate video, but I will share like what I improved in the next time. We'll see. I'm not sure how much time I will have next time when I come to Latvia, but I would love to add some bits and bobs for like at least one day and so on. I think what I'm really happy about is that blue-green, light blue-green background, which I feel it gives the perfect depth to the picture, because it contrasts with the front with the green, but it's also a little bit lighter, so it indicates that it's in the far distance. But it's kind of really cool and kind of bright tone. And I also painted some dandelions, I think dandelions, like the yellow flowers in summer, springtime. I don't know. I think it was dandelion. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I painted those ones as well, and it was really satisfying because I used literally the brush and I stabbed kind of the pressed cardboard with it with yellow color, and I mixed a little bit different shades as well. I didn't have enough time to color in the sky, and for now it will stay like that, in this neutral kind of beige color. I actually feel it fits really well, this scene, but let me know in the comments if I should next time paint the sky in blue or cloudy day, or should I leave it in this neutral color. Thank you so much to everyone who stayed till the end. Also, thank you so much to my Patreons who are supporting me over there. Every support helps, and I'm really, really, really grateful for you all over there. Okay, but with that being said, have a good day, evening, morning, wherever you are, and I will see you hopefully again this week for another video, because I'm a little bit late on the schedule, and next video will be about art subscription box I just received. I will also draw, so yeah, super exciting things happening. So see you a little bit later. Bye! Bye everyone! Bye!